A bit about myself. My name is Baha. I live up to my name, fun fact. So I do bake, if you remember. I make great cheesecake. So I'm here today sharing my knowledge about user experience with you guys. A bit about my professional experience. I used to work, I had a startup called Hoods Grow, where I used to help people find events in the city based on their mood. And then I worked at Air Mason, basically help HR teams to have build happier teams and happier employee. Most recently it was 2 Cows. We empower people to kind of unlock the power of the internet. Currently I work with Ample Organics with Matt right here. So we help build the infrastructure for the cannabis industry in Canada worldwide. So I'm excited to kind of share what this process with you guys. I try to simplify it as much as possible within the time that we have. Great to know. So why, when I said, the title I thought of the title was how to turn your idea into product. And there's obviously, there's a lot of ways you can formulate this, but I chose the user story mapping process framework as the best way. I feel like, especially when you work in a group and you're trying to reach a shared understanding and collaborative work. So we're going to try this today, and you guys are going to see the benefit of it and how fast within a small team that you haven't met before, from a different background, different perspective, get onto the same page as quickly as possible. I'll share this with you, why user story mapping. So this is one of the most popular draft that the internet is about in project management, where the idea is that this is how a project is being, when a project gets built, this is how is it seen by different perspectives. So customer explain it this way, project leader understand it this way, analysis look at it from this way, programmer wrote it this way, and business consultant described it this way, documented that way, it was built this way, so obviously it's a roller coaster. But eventually what really the customer wanted is a tire that's as simple as that. But you see how the miscommunication happens, and that's when things get late delivered and over promised and cost more than actually originally expected. So I wanna start with a story. One of the story that I had last year that got me into why I started learning about user story mapping. I had a team of engineers, and the front-end team was completely separate from the back-end team in tech. Obviously, this can be applied in any physical product or if you're even doing your podcast project that it can be applied to. But the idea is so the team was kind of really eager to work with their own territory. So I worked with them and okay, that's fine. So let's try to be on the same page. We start documenting requirements, all these wording. We agreed on as much as we could, and then the team started working their own ways. So that's January. And 3 months later, when we try to actually integrate the front end code to the back end code, things just did not align. Literally, and everyone got frustrated. The heat was on everybody. Everyone felt like they're part of the reason. So we held a retrospective, and we dig deeper on why that happened, and realized it's just one specific wording, and the wording was group, TLD group. So what we were trying to build was a top domain level config service, so host all the TLDs, basically .com, they're all with their attributes. The back-end team saw it as more like a table of attributes, and each group has a similar attributes, because that's how they saw the back-end. The front-end thought from a user point of view that when we say group, it means that when the user decides to be a group, regardless of their attributes. Obviously, that cost the company another 3 months to fix this, and it was just literally one word that we did not agree on or we did not be on the same page. But that was one of the learning experience. So, this is kind of emphasize the shared understanding, why we need shared understanding. Sometimes, have you guys ever been in a room with a couple of people that would say, "Oh, I know what you mean. I get what you're trying to say," but in reality, they have a whole different perspective about it. And that's not to their fault. It's just we all come from different backgrounds. Everyone have seeing the world from a different place. So the idea is we all agree. Then when you actually sit down and visualize the problem in front of you and wrote it in a wall or in picture images, everyone's like, oh, that's not what we actually thought that we'd be on. So then you start talking out and reach out this certain understanding, and eventually you get to a page where everybody actually describes the same shape the same way. So that's kind of like a summary of why and how. So I would like to summarize the user story mapping in like really 5 bullet points. It's a way to tell a story about your product. So people love stories. When you write the requirement document, no one remembers reading a requirement documents or an article this long. But when you tell a story, it really sticks to the crowd, and it won't be as easy as forgettable. Build a shared understanding, aligning the team, as I explained earlier. Formulate discussion around the user from a user perspective, not about the detail of the product. This is good hash detail later, but it's just about what we're focusing on the user, so we need to look at this from a user perspective. The last thing is it's going to help us with prioritizing, and I'll show you guys at the end. Deliver high impact with minimum work. So you're trying to deliver impact to your customers as fast as possible with the least work possible. Because you could go on forever for any project that you'd like to do. As explained earlier, a story helps us recall conversations and stick in our head. So let's get started. I would like to split the room, I think maybe team of 7 maximum, if possible. Yeah, and if you can just split into like 7 groups. Sorry, 4 would be, I think, I counted everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. If you guys can split into 4. Team 4? Yeah. Sorry, 4 groups. Team
4. Join this team.
Yeah, we got all I love it.
I can join over here. Chris.
Water?
Pleasure.
Hi.
Good, man.
Are you with us?
There you go. Yeah, man. Okay. It was meant to be a fateful moment. How are you doing? Yeah?
How do you wrap that?
To be determined. No. So a lot of stuff's changed like that. So everything's going well with kind of going full time with everything.
I think so too.
Parsing out my time and finishing doing something. I just fall into
I leave that with you guys.
Travel has to be travel groups, but there's space for just bloggers. It's going well. I blog. But all in all,
so we're gonna be the sticky notes I gave you guys. We're gonna be utilizing any wall near you. So just that's the focus. And maybe if you can appoint someone to like do the note writing and or just kind of coordinate how the conversation goes. So I'll start off by let's start off with this. So first tip is within the group, you guys need to decide on an idea that you want to take in today for this hour. The idea, this statement should answer these 3 things. What's the problem you guys are trying to solve? Not the solution. What is the problem you guys are trying to solve, and why you're building it? And if you can frame it in that value proposition, at the end of you guys have 10 minutes. At the end, if you can frame it around, we help X do Y by doing this. But how do we help them to do Y? So just think about the idea, brainstorm, and at the end, if you guys can write it down and have it somewhere visual, that would be great.
Solving
I'm gonna
any
leave
problem?
this slide open. Sorry.
Any problem?
Any problem, yeah. if somebody already have a problem or solve today and got their own idea, that would be great.
Yeah, if anyone
If
has
not,
something
you can
that
just
fits in
think
the
it
bill.
through. All right. I'll be going around.
So we start with your idea.
Okay.
So like, what do we want to do?
Well, I think it's just so open to this. That it's like, what this continent or this
If we do like, I wish there were more a business maybe, or a product, or like solve.
So lack of resources for people.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try it.
The idea would be like to have a podcast festival.
I kind of just, I'm already just kind of like leaving this on that's solve the problem.
How about we go around like this? Each person can explain what they do, and one is which they see they're working with.
Yeah.
I'm a content creator. That's the main thing for me has always been publishing simple proposals. Make sure that you still feel what you're doing while working with other people.
I'm a digital marketer, and I work with a niche audience. We're trying to get them.
We help people who are trying to start podcasts or are currently doing it to meet other or meet other people who make doing events, background edits, mostly
Kind of, to jumpstart them.
but on the side of just using
Okay, so if we were, okay, to drill that in, like, who would be the type of people that would make, I guess, like, how do you think like any more they can say sort of like,
Use that as a
genre, or like it could be a cool, like it could be your idea, like you can have a scenario.
That's the hardest
Who's
part.
exactly the type of person, again, it could be yourself, or something like you, so if there's something that is resonating,
I'm a travel writer, blogger.
So you're not background.
I internships because I hate it deeply, but I just encourage somebody that
probably
water on
10,
it.
9 to 5.
Anyways, probably not the best example. Anyways, also photography. As far as the problem, I'm not sure if anyone has a lot of podcasts. Marketing and I don't know how. I'm not sure if it's a broad spectrum sort of problem. Yeah, and that's kind of
I think we can get it.
overview, but I'm interested in creating something like how to remain creative in an environment.
again, what are we trying to
Have
do?
some income.
So I guess the value proposition statement would be create find resources for creating content by this podcast.
To the US buyer. And so what we probably solve for in the days of we've seen the document sound great today, so let's try this topic. You know, let's line so we can share how the topics. Alright, so perfect. Take advantage of the resources. I'm a issues generally related to environmental or social justice.
So what you say has been
Spelling
one
not
of the
great,
main
so if I'm making
challenges.
mistakes, let me know.
Well, that's a good point. Very limited. I would say the biggest challenge maybe is in terms of like
yeah, getting access to funding, funding revenue.
Pretty good overarching problem.
All of our problems are publishing, working with digital media, coming up with new ideas, creating email marketing, and maintaining authenticity of revenue. So if I were to like summarize it's basically like all of us from reaching our audiences and keeping to reaching our customers, our audiences. Like whatever you want to call them. So I guess you could say the entire but the creative process of getting
Is there anything else within the podcast festival
your idea and actually getting it to fruition
that we would want to focus on? There's stuff like
I guess the best way is
sort of outside of the 9 to 5.
to focus on one part of it.
Again, okay,
So sometimes that is we help creatives
they're switching to
establishing funding. Like that,
You
you
can
know?
see if you can help creatives organize what they do, because creatives are known to be all over the place. I'm sure any of us can attest to that.
Yeah.
So come on, we have some strategies for both like real life delivery and funding perhaps.
You can say helping creators,
online.
does it make more sense to have something?
Yeah,
helping creators, I guess, organize their own ideas.
Or meetups.
We're in a mapping session, yeah, creating an idea, mapping. That's true.
I was gonna say, yeah, things are getting awfully meta.
It's a map of a map.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What if we?
So we make conferences, your presentations on.
Essentially, bring your product like a story idea to fruition using story mapping, in which we ask other people about
Hands-on, yeah. This is working with for creators to focus in on content delivery or
Profitability.
helping creators by creating tools. Helping creators
Well, something to do with organization, I think is important. Something to do with creating tools which enable like organization, strategy, and ultimately profit.
How about we help creators? Yeah, because I think it's effective.
Kind of have a functional online.
From passion to profit.
That was united by
I'm actually speaking. I'm speaking at another conference, and that's the title of my. I'm speaking today too, at 4 o'clock. But
we're building one on the other side. It sounds like we're making a 5 for that person going, I have a logo. So how do we make logos? And other people are going, yeah.
organization, profitability.
Yeah, it's like organization, like ultimately, turn an idea, gain clarity in an idea, and then put steps in place towards profit.
Right.
So I want to follow
Can you read what you have?
Okay.
Yeah, so helping creators do like find creating tools for organizations. Helping creators do by creating
Why not just helping creators by
Podcast festival.
helping creators.
like there's already an action, there's 3 verbs.
And these would be our choices.
We help creators.
Yeah,
It was sort of like
yeah, like what do we help creators?
what have them do, yeah.
It could be digital, it could be
Is it organized or
We help
demonetized?
creators
meetups like every now and then.
To me, I thought it was organized.
Typical festival where it's like where you take
Which is like,
this
yeah,
day,
A
this
to
day,
B.
you have to be in this
Like, there is a big annual festival.
You guys, it's okay to be general right now. When we dig deep,
All this everyone else is like, we like play. We're going profitability organization. Unbelievable.
Helping creators to organize and monetize creating tools. Monetization.
Their business.
Yeah, so this is like the output in theory.
Yeah. Sure.
We're able to digital stuff, meetups.
You guys seem trustworthy. Let's do it. I was gonna say, what a family story that would be. We story massive success resources. Yeah, I'll never forget 361. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my arm. 361. 361. Yeah. PodCamp Toronto. once we reached our first billion, things got a lot easier.
We're like One Direction X Factor, except product, business, and PodCamp.
I so bad I want to pop another. Actually, it's just gone off the rails here.
Or even just move it and say, well, we actually
Just because we have some time.
Yeah.
Is there anything with regards
Someone puts their hands up like, I'm in.
helping a little bit.
like again, just to play devil's advocate, if we were to
We help all the other groups in this room for success by.
Well, one other group's gonna be like, we help companies which are starting and trying to create the organizable profitability by giving them funding. We'll be like, okay,
We'll help you do that.
yeah, let's do it.
One large company, we have enough people. Yeah. Oh, I'll just look at your ass right now.
I'm trying to see through the wide range of
Oh, I'm sure.
we have to track on competition now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's definitely generic enough. It's like, you pay us this amount per month, and you'll see results eventually.
Yeah.
Technical complaints, specifically in podcasting, we hear technical.
Okay, guys, we got 1 minute. We can wrap it up and just trying to figure out your statement, value proposition statement.
what other kind of
It's a Swift 10.
again, you had this in your statement.
Yeah, we should just walk into it. You want to read it? Yeah. We're a new startup. When did you found it? About 45 minutes.
Podcasters on an island that we bought.
That'd be great. Call it the Liar Festival?
That can't go wrong.
Are you based in Toronto? Are you based in Toronto? Yeah, right.
The kinds of reasons that you'd be looking for. So if it's like again, it'd be sort of
Right.
technical, financial,
Yeah. I went to a few
like mentorship.
Oh, I went to some other events that were at the sort of flash headquarters. That's a nice space.
Bigger than like Airbnb, for
Exactly.
instance. So I have studios where you have this
It's
like
really,
trade
really
instead of
smart
like
too, because
using
you have
currency.
you walk in, there's like two people who are like standing desks that looks very,
All right, everybody.
you know,
We're gonna move on to the next
and
step.
then the second floor area, I want you to look at all of these events there.
Hey guys, so we're gonna move on to the next step. Don't worry if you're because we still have time. Alright, can I get attention here? Okay. So we're gonna do the second part of this fun game. Looks like you guys are already enjoying it. So obviously all of you when you did when part of the value proposition you already suggested who are you targeting. But I want you to think a little your primary focus customer. I want you to pick one your focus customer that would bring the most impact or bring you the most value in terms of money, whatever the goal is that you're trying to achieve, and put that in a sticky note and just leave it on one side. So finalize we have 3 minutes to finalize the value proposition, and you guys can pick one user that you think it's the most valuable user for your product. Make sense? Yep.
Yeah, you gotta go more.
We have to play this even.
I mean, it could also relate to startups. Perhaps we could target like young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, there you go, I like that.
Who generally have no money.
But maybe we could work on some model or get a percentage of the business.
Yeah, we could say like
Go work on equity. Always works out.
created. Yeah, I think. I'm saying that because I'm super creative. But yeah, just like I guess you could say this is big demographic.
You just say right?
Yeah, we want a bit of ambiguity. Up and coming. If somebody's older but they have a fresh idea, we don't want to thwart them.
Or even someone who's tried it before and didn't work out.
Yeah, we're all about that profit, you know, we're not discriminatory. Yeah, we got, you have money? Come on in, baby.
Yeah, give me a
We're only 2, so he knows.
Existing content creators might have their own process.
And then,
It's like, what the hell do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
The emerging ones, you don't have that space.
That's true.
Right.
Exactly, yeah. Trying to develop some systems which we can help with.
So basically, like a consulting company.
Essentially, but we deliver.
We don't do it.
So we're literally we deliver.
Yeah. We deliver.
I say 7 buzzwords.
Yeah, exactly. We deliver.
Yeah, like I remember.
What was with 361?
Yeah.
361.
But I think our ideal user would be someone who we know would take it seriously because there's
I still don't know what that company is. Are they a pizza?
Match.com and plenty of pitch.
361.
The kind of people you're gonna get for their paying monthly.
We should get the number from
It's the same pizza you get a contact creator to your house by some dude in the car.
Fee to come in is lesser.
That's our model. We drive to your house.
I need a
Hey,
podcast.
I'm here. I'm here to consult.
What is our user?
There you go. I think so. So far. We're going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're not into paper wasting. We are highly visual.
We're a green company.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen some pretty aggressive post-it note usage around too. I'm not saying no, but we protect the environment. Well, I don't.
Oh, we do, yeah.
No, I think we gotta differentiate ourselves by staying green here. Yeah, that is not our business philosophy. From the onset, we've been all about this. Come on.
Since step 1.
The last 12 minutes should have defined us a little bit more.
We have to maintain brand consistency.
Exactly.
I think rather than saying up and coming,
New
I'm trying to say like professional, a young professional. That's what
Is it the creator of the content? Okay.
Yeah.
Emerging.
Emerging sounds better.
What was the word we all hit it? Influencer?
Yeah.
I don't know what the word is.
Honestly, it's.
Emerging content creators.
I have to brand myself that way. For tourism work and stuff, I have to use that buzzword.
Also, I
Like,
know
influencer, like,
the host was talking to me, she was like, yeah, you know,
Sorry guys. So we gotta. So one of the reasons why I'm focusing on one users and when we get to the next steps, everything is just like one. We're trying to like. What we're trying to do. This map could go as big as you want it to be eventually. So you could have 2 users in your business, but you're only. Right now we're only talking about 1. Like, so it doesn't disregard that they doesn't exist. They don't exist at all, or they could exist, but they. Right now we're trying to, within the hour that we have, trying to as much as get the most impact out of this. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'll show you so the user is your persona. I want you guys to put the persona and the value proposition statement very visible to you when we go on the next big step. The reason is, so the big step is this is one of the longest breakout session, which is we're gonna have 12 minutes to write user task to achieve your product goal in verb phases. So what you're trying to do is every time we're going around the table, just think randomly. You don't have to like make sure. Later on we're gonna tackle the duplicates and the things that the same approach. Just write as much as possible within the 12 minutes of tasks that trying to achieve the goal that you guys agreed on of what your product trying to achieve. And keep in mind that always align with your value proposition and always from a perspective of the user that you wrote already. If you drifted, then that will be outside your scope. So make sure that it's always the same user. What's the task he's doing in a verb? So think about it. Maybe I'll give you when you send a message, right? This is one of the goal is to send a text message. For you to get there, it'd be like go to my contact information, find the contact, and then and verb it, and then write the text and then send the text, and then it is for. So write as much as possible. Fill up these sticky notes, and if you guys run out, I have this right here. All right, we got 12 minutes.
All the action items that.
Yeah.
So they would move on to podcast resources. So if I'm not doing this first.
Yeah.
So the second that the creator comes across, or whatever we do, go deeper than the organized.
We consult with them. So how would I
Yeah,
so I go to
And work on some semblance of efficiency as well.
Basically all this stuff is
But also creating coherence schemes of all of their ideas.
So I go to the company.
I think the initial moment could be just an easy 15-minute, 20-minute call.
they fill out like a
Yeah, good idea. We deliver at 361.
Consultants to.
Yeah, we're delivery consultants. I mean, I think that part's like not actually a good idea, but I think I think it's hilarious, so I think we should just do that.
I fill out the online form. I await their.
We should have our like proposed business plan in like a warm pizza box. Just give it out like hot off the press, you know, and just that's the way we can deliver ideas. So I feel like taking this too far.
Okay, so first,
we give you a call. We have a free 20-minute consulting session.
I risk. I like it.
And that's like this, these are some ideas. Right now, it's a bit more
Can't get vanillas.
No, like a basic intro webinar.
I do think that actually along with the free time I really appreciate it. Because it's a person that's on the phone.
When they sign up, they go through the personality.
Like, it needs to be more of like an idea down. They're giving the idea down, and then we have it. And then it's like, come back to them and be like, these are the ways I think you can improve if you want to hear what specifics, let's book a consultation. Like, I have a game plan for you, here's the outline of my game plan. If you want to basically like, you gotta pay for the fee to unlock it.
The whole Reddit thing that I talked about.
How do you integrate into that like more?
This is so I know. I'm like,
afterwards.
I hear about it in the news.
So I was saying like if we did wait like not just but if we do like if we just have a really extensive online form and then the next step is just a consultation, a paid consultation. Like don't you think that's gonna be better than a 20-minute call? Like isn't that gonna be a time suck? Do that? But do you want those people anyways if they can't articulate their thoughts in a form?
Well, kind of.
They can't articulate, or help them articulate, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work.
And then maybe
Yeah.
standard rate for any follow-up.
community.
Sure.
Make your own adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you look at like Good Life, sucks you in with like, we got 3 sessions, and then like at the end of it, we're like, well, you're really pathetic, you need at least 10 more sessions, you know?
That's where the accredited consultant can make these right.
Oh, it's like a pyramid scheme now. For the record, I wouldn't trust this company.
I was just thinking, if I'm gonna call you up in this company, I'd be like, spam!
I swear I've seen like this exact thing.
Oh, 361 exists, and they're not working in office hours.
No,
They're working in basements and in delivery.
I wouldn't come from the company, I go through clarification. I have an idea what I want to create.
So many red flags.
Afterwards, I get paired up with a consultant. They give me reduced rate for the first session.
Hey guys.
Invite friends.
Hey guys. Sorry guys.
It's an even more.
So can I give you a thing, guys? So we would want to write this on the sticky tags because we'll have to move them around and reportize them.
We're green.
So someone.
Yeah, we already decided a long time ago.
It's part of the exercise. You know what I'm saying? And like just stick them on the wall as much as possible.
So you want it for each step, just have one sticky note?
Yeah, each action is one sticky note.
Started breaking the rule over here with the whiteboard.
I just told them the same thing.
Just ask.
Oh, just fixed it.
This is the preferential group.
I know.
Did you want to?
No.
That was swift.
We help create.
I know. What time is it? Are we? I think we need to have a specific code where we get people to do it exactly. The Good Life one. You could have t-shirts and hats that you can get a free 361 tattoo. We have a tattoo as it comes.
You only go in
You can get our gift cards at like Shoppers Drug Mart.
I don't think we're that much.
Just as this progressive, like, yeah, less and less space. You sound like it's worse.
I'm thinking Groupon, man. We only use Bitcoin.
We're Bitcoin only.
And so, you know, there'll be, you can have like a,
Oh gosh, that's amazing.
No, yeah.
How are you?
what if these companies can allow that?
Maybe the problem with facilities is
I'm pretty sure those are probably not supposed to brand.
Really? Is Bitcoin reasonably stable?
I don't care. I convert it to
so my rate.
So if I sell it for 0.01 of Bitcoin, then within
Whatever it
Like,
is.
we help
whenever
create
they change that it's a
Create content.
It's like 5 minutes. So yes, we can
It's only gonna burn
we can,
one time, but it's like the likelihood of burning very much is.
but then depending on the other side, as it increases. So
Yeah, true, so it'll be an equilibrium.
that's the goal.
That's a smart idea, actually. Are you guys growing quite a bit? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we're actually.
do you get to drink Epic wine all the time?
Job opportunities or something for.
Yeah, no, actually the growth mode right now.
You're looking for something, like you're there to consume, right?
Looking at
So usually you can kind of look at the inverse of that. So we brought our sales team together. There's probably people that provide the reasons that these are there.
Another thing that's made me have
there to say, hey man, I got money and
creator spaces that they could have access to.
I like it.
Yeah, it's like a
At least I think for this,
That's way less sketchy too.
Yeah, it gives us some.
We have some credibility.
You haven't seen the somewhere.
Yeah, all the coworkers they're all glass and very open, except for the back.
Coffee time.
That's where all the cocaine happens.
Good like fitness.
Any coffee will ease them into our marijuana setup.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you go in the back there? You really calm down. You look stressed, Jim. You look stressed. Go in the back.
So all of our creative utilities and services can all come better your day.
So what, are you into podcasting?
It's not.
Okay, I'm on.
Add coffee.
I know.
We don't want to think more about career than myself.
in this one, the way that I was just talking about is simply.
Oh, they have like premium packages, so they get the gold.
Just thinking, guys.
Okay.
Don't judge the idea.
So with like the gold, you get like.
Great. I'm just speaking about
It's like we're like we only work in a certain area, so like gold is like national, platinum is international.
Yeah.
What is the phrase?
Better than the regular one.
But
It's awesome. The more the merrier. We don't judge the idea right now. We do that later.
We judge. Don't be judged.
So we got mentorship. We've got workspace. What else do we offer?
Right. Alright, we got a 1 minute.
oh, yeah, definitely unpaid internship. 100% unpaid internship.
What do people have trouble finding? Unpaid
Real shortage.
Do you want to grow? Do you? That's what we threaten.
So we connect.
You pay us cash, we can pay you for exposure.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so like we have our own streaming services?
Content
Which is our own YouTube channel.
We have 361 at home for all your music.
All your stuff on there.
Depending on
At that point, we sell
have
subscription
on request.
service.
Like,
You pay $20 a month to get all 361.
Our founder has an ebook.
Oh, that's right. Oh, like the good life thing, like, where you sign up and they give you a book with hello. It's just like his face close to his board. You're like, holy shit.
Okay, so now that you guys have all your actions listed, so we're gonna try to think. I want you guys to think of this as look at the whole set as a whole. Now you get to judge and say, hey, these tasks fall under one activity. You can build a parent, or you can break the parent into a child. So the parent is your activity. The child is anything that falls. The child is any task that could fall under that. So that you do that, and then if you guys found the duplicate, throw them out. And just group them into theme, which is what I'm calling it. So you could either break, if you find like a lot of them are high level, if you find some of them are small level, one is high level, then that's what you're trying to do, theme them up, and preferably if you can guys use different color, or maybe just put them in, like put the pair at the top and the child at the bottom somewhere.
We're gonna like, this is the knowledge.
So whatever you guys have right now, you work with that. Don't add new stuff at this point.
Tangible.
Are these themes?
This is the community.
Like essentials versus wants, right? Like,
We have 5 minutes.
I feel like those are more like content that can get paid. So,
Yeah.
I think sort of, I don't know.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a little bit like some of the first.
What is it? That is the most.
You're either searching for something. Mentorship.
Via MySpace.
And then
Feel nice. Did he own it?
I think so.
Could you break those? So should we make, I guess we have. So we should look for the pyramid.
Yeah, obviously, showing up on a segment is pretty bad.
So if you just summarize.
And you're a consultant.
It just shows you know what you're
If you were to summarize.
I think so, the segue. Yeah. And then we have controlling space with all glass, except for the backlight, which is no windows, it's a closed off boardroom for real meetings.
That would be the research aspect.
When we make no, that's basically like the pre-plus package.
Oh, yeah, the plus package.
The pre-plus package, you can go on the back.
Looking for typing in what you're
I think it's a very reasonable
research,
structure.
and then contributing would be you be the one writing.
Public research for our real members, they pay in Bitcoin, and they get
LSD microdose?
yeah, they cover the back quarters. Yeah, we can offer that as well. It's one of
How does any of this get sorted into activities?
well, the tasks come with the microdose. That's when you know what you really need to do.
We might actually need a
So basically, we're an incubator.
I like that.
I could see it. We're an incubator.
Yeah,
That's all we are. That's all we are. We've just described.
you know what? We're a new kind of incubator.
Like with like there's webinars for instance, that could even be watching building like
Any of the somebody on carry a pawn shop.
Segway
Sure, you get a little discount.
Let's get a brand
Segway.
Segway rentals across the country.
For sure.
You go from Vancouver to Toronto, you just still have the same
what's the
Segway.
opposite of contributing?
Definitely Apple product.
How about there's discounts to
Free
motivation workshops too?
Each
That'd be
other.
But you discuss the free motivation.
But it's only free if you bring 3 friends who pay 10. But those 3 friends don't have to pay a big rate for that 3 friends.
Oh my God.
And then it's the product. That's where you sell the book.
Yeah, of course.
It's all of us in the front. It says welcome to the family.
Yeah.
And it's welcome to the 361 family.
Like Scientology.
I might go accept my position with this podcast.
You're in too deep.
If you share our secrets,
We know too much sign contract. 6 years, 361, one forever.
you knew what you signed up for.
Your non-compete, cover all that. Ongoing conversation.
So then when children
You talk about that board, you might help.
Podcast festival in there. Their whole idea is one host. One tactic.
We upsell them.
So I think the first should be a motion of like their idea. As one of our ideas. Their entire idea.
We should put steel ideas in there tomorrow.
You're gonna turn around after writing, you'll be the only one there.
Recreate everything in Amazon, Jamie, call it our own.
The Amazon?
The Amazon. The Amazon.
Very deep.
That's a completely different company.
Yeah.
.c.
Is there anything else that you could surveil?
The Amazon 360.
AMA does start away.
Don't sign away their
Like, if you were to like, where does
Oh God, this is amazing.
It's getting sleazier and sleazier.
You put that in the top.
So these are the themes of the blue or just?
So like,
Whichever one that one is.
Company's falling apart.
and this is where you start with the company, and then like you can move into mentorship or workspace.
Yeah.
That's not.
You need the word branding.
Yeah. We're not branding call The thing is, we'll solve your problem, whatever it is. Deliver.
Put that right by the coffee time.
So is it possible guys to put the parent, so the parent at the top and the child at the bottom, so go in a row. The flow from left to right, so you're going from how you tell a story. What's the starting point of the
This
problem?
is like your first, when you first reach out to the company, and then
It becomes muddled from there.
I don't know, how do we organize it?
Top down.
So, yeah, so exactly, your verticals are your parent,
Yeah.
the top is parent, the bottom is child, and left to right is the flow of the
When
story.
you say parent and child, you mean like child being like the
Action.
oh the action.
We should follow the legitimate and illegitimate children.
I guess you say like.
That's what I was thinking.
So what are the children?
The layers of sleeve.
I love the idea of having
So like
Classify that as, again, like success stories and something like, in my opinion, it would be like, sort of like, again, just it's in the feedback.
but no, they just find their
That's your filling up the online form. You know, just document your
everything is salted here.
No, basically it's like
Focusing on
process.
the ability to find things.
It's gotta start off.
They're not a member yet, so.
Now you're here to consult. Now what happens?
Then you offer the registration.
At the same time, you
The irony is that we lost.
And don't forget the morning.
I think that's, again, it's not.
Don't forget the email.
The way that we're trying to solve the problems.
Right.
We should be the shape on the shape.
That might be all the ability to work out. No, the first
once you got
The whole point is trying to identify.
on top of that,
You could still get solved.
these are two different This is like the cleaning side of our company. You gotta go too far.
Alright guys,
Wait, do we have this basement?
This means at this point you'll start.
Now we're gonna make you, we're gonna
so
upgrade
guys,
the
can I get patient?
which allows you.
So we're kind of running out of time, so we're trying to do the last step
Okay.
quickly.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, we're gonna, now you build your story, I think I already told a few teams. Your top is your activity, and then it goes, you're telling a story, it goes from left to right, from the starting point to the ending point.
And you also get.
Hey, sorry guys, can I get your attention?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and then the bottom should be just task, that falls under that activity. Take out things that are out of scope, throw these sticky notes out. If you have to rewrite them in colors, some people did already, but if you don't, because we're running out of time. And then prioritize them from the top to bottom in terms of importance. Your activity should be from the top to bottom in terms of importance. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright. We got 2 minutes for this?
What would be the most important things that people would want to see? Yeah, like, let's say if we were to have some of these big
Those
ones,
ones are less.
if you were to go forward and be like, all right, so it's sort of like whittling down your idea even more. Let's call it like your enemy. Sort of minimum viable product. What is the absolute minimum you can build? I would satisfy the needs of what we're trying to accomplish.
Good branding. These are our brand colors.
This is a simple graphic design.
How about in the world of picture share, what would be the more important thing that how would you want to consider in this segment? Even further. Video or article? So videos are essentially pretty common.
Fill off.
Again, I want to say the first thing that we this is like really produced video. It's kind of
So you're seeing, so you're trying to figure out what our minimum, what's the best
The
example?
video that is you create students
all of this stuff. Still good?
Probably all signed NDAs right now.
This point, I kind of want someone to try and take it. I want to watch the video.
If he goes around and reads ideas. Water.
You test it. And then you offer them this free water.
That's the
Alright guys? Sorry, we're gonna have to extend the last one. So I'm gonna give you guys the last tip, which is, so now that you build your story map, right? What you do is basically you slide to This is the where prioritization happens. Is the step that you guys build from high importance to low importance, from top to bottom. And the other way is slicing your user story into incremental product release. So what you do is you take a pen and you draw vertical lines, and where you look around your activity and see which one that deliver the most impact, and you slice that into its own independent product release. And you keep doing that all the way to the end, and then that's how you build your releases. So you start from the top because these are the high impact and they're independent. It could be 5 rows, it could be 2 rows. It depends on how deep are you guys looking into, from what lens are you looking into it. So that really sums up the whole activity. I think we have to run just because the other person here. But I thank you guys for playing this game. It's fun.